So yeah, and the time it took me to try that fight, what was it, like 4 or 5 times? It would have taken so much longer. Even to just travel to Provoca to get that ice spell would have taken a lot longer than just trying the fight and getting a lucky roll. Not my ideal style of gameplay in an RPG, but it's not so terrible that I can't deal with it. There's going to be a little bit more of that later in this run, with the one of the next big dungeons we're going to come up on in a little while. For now, just got to get back to Canaria and get my party back on their feet. Pretty much the hardest parts of the game, well, some of the hardest parts of the game are behind us now. Though that part's pretty much very luck-driven, and then one dungeon coming up later is very luck-driven. But that dungeon's always a pain. Veterans of this game will know which one I'm talking about. The rest of you will just have to wait and see. Alright, made it back to town. Get my fighter back alive. And then get a lot of treasure. Treasure hunting, never get enough. I got a ton of money, too. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that money. Alright, let's put my party back in order. It kind of doesn't matter the order of your 3rd and 4th player, because as far as the game's concerned, those 2 party spots are identical. But I always like to have my 3rd strongest character in the 3rd spot and my 4th strongest character in the 4th spot. It just feels right. It does. And now, we will be better off just fighting random encounters. Up to this point, almost all the random encounters we could fight, it can be kind of dangerous. But now that my fighters are getting 2 hits, and I have several blasts of lit too, I can get out of those sticky situations pretty easily. So the game's going to be a little bit smoother from here. And yeah, I realized that I could have bought a weapon for Rio, but it would not have increased his damage output very much. So just leaving him weaponless, he's going to get a free dagger or something here in a couple minutes, so that'll be fine. And then that will probably last him the entire rest of the game. There are much better offensive options for black mages in this game. Heading up to visit the witch Matoya, because I found her crystal. Here are the first treasure boxes in the game. Isn't that lovely? Pure potion, heal potion, heal potion, backwards talking broom. They just tell you how to bring up the world map, but I don't need to do that because I've got this world map memorized. I could probably draw it in my sleep. In fact, I know this world map so well that playing the second Dissidia game, which ostensibly takes place in the world of Final Fantasy I, the little inconsistencies on the map bothered me. That's like how ingrained this map is in my head. And did Will take damage, or does he just have way fewer hit points than Jim for some reason? Wow. Yeah, there's some variance in level ups too. Sometimes the level ups can screw you. And one thing that speedrunners or lowballers will do in this game is they will very carefully gauge their heroes' level ups. Like, they'll purposely kill heroes off so they can offset their experience. So only one person levels up at a time. And then they'll know when somebody's level is coming, and then they will just save scum until they get a strong level. That way, speedrunners can make the most out of the levels they get, and lowballers, which are people who try to deliberately finish the game on a low level, can get the most out of the few levels that they purposely obtain. Like, I think the lowest level recorded for this game, I think, is 11, which is 10 strong level ups and then a lot of luck and resetting. Now, what I needed to kill Astus for was I needed to bring him the crown so I could kill him and get the crystal, and now that I have the crystal, I took the crystal to the witch and got the herb, and then I bring the herb back to the prince and wake him up. And he gives me the Mystic Key, which is awesome. The Mystic Key opens up locked doors. There's one right here in town, and the locked doors we will be visiting will give us really, really good equipment. And then our equipment will be set for quite some time. So we'll start here with a copper gauntlet, some gold, some more gold, treasure box is empty, screw you, and a silver hammer. We'll throw that Copper Gauntlet onto our guy who's going to be taking most of the hits. Since he's got more hit points than... Yes, I did stay at the end. Since he's got more hit points than the other fighter for some strange reason, kind of a good idea to give him the better armor and let him stay up front. Like, I'm not so fastidious that I'm going to literally go through and swap their armor around when I swap their positions, but Jim now makes a better party leader just because he has higher absorb rating with that gauntlet and more hit points. So that's fun. I'm going to go back up to Astus' castle now, and... Oh, you know what? Before I do that... I forgot to do this. There is a spiked square in Astus' castle. Get rid of the arachnids. God damn it, I hate those guys. Poisoned! How many peers do I even have left? 4. That should be enough for my purposes. I'm going to buy Rio the Fire 2 spell, because there's a spiked square in Astus' castle that has undead monsters on it that give a lot of experience. So I'm not going to be power leveling, I'm just going to be... I'll go up there with 2 shots of Fire 2, that means I'll get 2 easy fights against that particular spiked square, so why not do it? But to make that work, I do need the Fire 2 spell, because Lit 2 just will not cut it against undead. And then there's good treasure up there. It's not actually great treasure, it's expensive treasure. Like, I can get it and then sell it for a lot of money. I'm sick of these monsters striking first. This is really aggravating me. Come on, one-shot these guys. I probably took Cole's nunchuck off prematurely, but whatever. I made the decision, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to ride it on out. Because one day he will break out of his shell and everyone will be like, whoa! I'm going to run out of pure potions. Have to buy some more. I'm excited to do all this treasure hunting that I don't want to do like the little regular just upkeep chores that I need to do to make sure my party stays alive and sane. These wolves are not difficult, it's just they're not worth fighting. Like, the time it would take for me to fight them is not worth the experience or gold that they would drop. And let's walk around all the outside of this castle. All the bats in this game say key, key. I don't know what that means. Bat speak for something. There are spiked squares in front of all 3 of these treasure boxes, but you can get all the treasure boxes without stepping on the squares, which is nice. So let's give the Copper Gauntlet to him. There we go. I don't know if those are gauntlets or pauldrons. Not sure. But now we can easily win 2 fights against these mummies. Mummies hit really hard and put people to sleep when they attack them. I kind of did not get lucky with them. I was hoping for like a big batch of mummies, because Fire 2 can kill 9 mummies as easily as it kills 2, so... But whatever. We got a couple hundred experience out of it, and Will gained his level that he missed out on because Astus was a jerk. I also don't need to buy any more weapons for Jim and Will because I'm about to get awesome weapons for them. They will each be getting a sword upgrade here in the very near future. And Cole basically doesn't ever get anything. Black belts get stat bonuses when they don't have equipment on. God damn it, I hate these. Everybody's gonna get poisoned. So it's kind of best to leave them totally unequipped. There is a piece of equipment I'll have to give them later just because of its utility. It reduces damage taken from magic attacks, and that's worth giving him even though it eliminates that stat boost he's supposed to have from armor or whatever. Where was I going? I was going to Canaria. Yes. Yes! You know what? Ogres? I'm gonna kill them. I just don't care about no ogres. Ah. They should be pretty close to dead. Rio's not going to get very much equipment though, and he just typically won't. A bracelet, kind of protect him from damage. Later on, ribbon and a pro ring to protect him from magic. As far as weaponry, does not matter what weapon your black wizard has. There are spellcasting items in this game, items like cast attack spells. Those are much, much better options for a black mage than like a knife or anything. And there are locked doors in here, and there are locked doors in the Temple of the Fiends, and then we can move on with the game. Oh, I gotta buy piers and stuff before I leave Canaria. Remind me to do that, guys, or I'll forget. Silver dagger, a saber, an iron staff, which is pointless, iron armor, and the TNT, which is explosive and awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll just give Jim all the great armor for now and just make him my front runner for the time being. Silver dagger I'll go ahead and give to Rio, just for no reason other than I have a silver dagger in the inventory and there's no point in just holding on to it. Hit the inn, and I'll hit the item store first, restock my potions. There's a pure spell, it's level 4 black magic, it costs like 4,000 gold, and kind of a popular opinion in Final Fantasy is that it's one of the most useless spells in the game, because yeah, it's a magic spell you can use to restore poison, but it's like, if you buy 4,000 gold worth of pure potions, that is more potion than you will need for the entire game. If you use 20 pure potions over the course of a game, that's a lot of pure potion. Alright, that's probably good for now. Hit the inn and then go get some swords. Swords are going to happen. I might as well get all the treasures in the Temple of the Fiends. Just for no reason other than it is there. I don't like to get these treasures on my first trip to the temple because they're, like, you don't want to get an unlucky random encounter in the temple and lose and then have to restart. And I don't like going back for them because they're not really worth going back for and then just having to make a third trip later with the Mystic Key. But since I'm on my way there with the Mystic Key, I might as well just grab them. I will not spare these imps. I just don't care. Everybody can one-shot an imp. And yes, now Cole is starting to pull his weight a little bit. Another level for Cole, and he should probably will surpass the damage done by the fighters. We'll see how that goes. Well, the current damage, probably not with the weapons they have at the time. A cap. Give that to Rio, why not? Enjoy your hat, Rio. I will, boss! Beat up some zombies. Just because even Rio can one-shot the things in here now. Silver dagger is actually a decent weapon, I guess. I mean, if I just bought him a small dagger in the first town, that's like less than worthless almost. It's like, just doesn't do anything for me. But that silver dagger, decent upgrade, decent upgrade.